I talked to Virginia, and I said I would say a few words, and if I could. And I said, I'm 90. If I just spend 1 minute for each year, that'll be 90 minutes. That won't be too much. Right there? Yeah. I want to preface I have some remarks. But I find that my long-term memory is quite good, but my short-term memory isn't so good.
Amen to that.
So that's why you got that right. I want to preface my remarks pertaining to my birthday bash by acknowledging all the upfront preparation work done by several relatives and friends. I was told, all right, OPA, we'll handle this whole affair. You stay put. In other words, we want you to mind your own business and let us take care of this thing. Debbie, Rudy, and Rose Miller were the prime movers and shakers. And if you were going to... somebody would... I don't think anybody said this, but I was thinking... somebody's going to say, now you picked two rather timid and shy ladies. You think they're up to it. I said, anybody that bucks those two is foolhardy to a fault. So don't worry about it. Uncle Wayne Rudy did an awesome job with the barbecue. Yeah. Uncle Ron laid his many skills in obtaining tables and chairs. If all else fail, ask Ron. Uncle Ron, he knows how to fix just about everything. Ken Miller and Chris Nicholson pitched in with the setup of tents and portable shade. When the setup was over, we all had pie. What else do the Scandinavians do? Courtesy of Pam Walker. And if you don't like pie, we had Sierra Nevada beer. To those folks, I thank you very much. We give them a round of applause. I've just started, folks. If I can find the right page. I do welcome all of you to my 90th Big Doings, like they used to say in Minnesota. We went to a big doings.
You're going to get in big trouble later.
Yeah, I keep it.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a throwaway.
It warms the cockles of my heart to gaze out at these assembled and know I have warm and heartfelt affection, respect, and love for every one of you, and that is true. Virginia, who I dearly love, is the same age as I. All the rest of you are just kids. Virginia and I were born in 1928. Think about it for a minute. If the family had a 1928 Model A, that was about the extent of their transportation. At least 25% of the workforce was out of work in that Great Depression. Good people who wanted to work couldn't find a job. And so thank God our unemployment rate at this point is about 4%. Do you ever stop to ponder and think about how you react when you meet somebody on the street or in the store? Some of them you'll just say, hello, how's it going? And you keep going. But a lot of the time, when you miss someone who makes your day brighter just because you like them, respect them, and you're glad to see them, then that helps to make your whole day. The rest of you are just kids who are at least 14 years younger than I. I've seriously cherished you all through the trials and tribulations of many years. As our world revolves, many of you I have known since you were born. I love you dearly, respect you deeply, and I'm here to say I am proud of every one of you. You make my day every time I see you. I guess if you're 90 years old, life has not always been tranquil. I have had a host of gloriously happy times and endured some agonizingly sad times as well. Through it all, I have been fortunate in one respect because I have two wonderful daughters, Diane and Terry, who I love and cherish with all my being. Us boys, Larry, Lee, Percy, came from a family of 5 siblings. Dolores and Maxine have passed away, but I know if I can get to heaven, they will be there to greet me. Maybe a golly rummy game will break out. Or as Maxie would say with her Minnesota accent, oh no. Who knows? Lee and Larry are here today, and they have always been awesome brothers to me. I am so proud of them and their life's accomplishments. Couldn't be prouder. How many of you ever saw or can remember the John Wayne Western entitled Rooster Cogburn? Co-starring John Wayne and Katharine Hepburn. There's a 5-minute bit in that movie where they come to a river, and there is this little flatboat, ferry boat, with a one-man crew. That's Strother Martin in real life. Strutter introduces himself and says, Shanghai McCaw is the name. Say, I've sailed the 7 seas, been everywhere, seen everything, done everything. I was going to take a page from Shanghai McCoy and say, Minnesota Haugen's the name. Sailed the 7 seas, been everywhere, seen everything, done everything. And from being a little boy thinking a trip to Gully was a big deal, I guess I have traveled the world. Gully, even today, is about 130 people. I've been to Dublin, Ireland. I've been to Oslo and Gudbrandsdal in Norway, where my Norwegian ancestors come from. I've been to Kaiserslautern, Germany, to Whistler, Canada. I've been to Sedona, Arizona. Virginia had a hole-in-one in a golf course there in a tournament. Been to all the islands in Hawaii. I've been to the Pewter Creek Cafe in Winters and to the Gully Cafe in Gully. Wait a minute. Hang in there with me.
We are.
What else is there? Remember Charlie Pride, his country western singer of some renown? He must have grown up in a little town like we did, because he had a song that went, one dusty street to walk up and down. That was Gully. No stoplights in Gully. Nor Gonvick or maybe Dunsmuir back in the 30s. But Gully was the center of our social and economic life back then. In the present time, we speak so much about role models for children. In the 1920s and 1930s, not one child in 10 would attend school beyond the 8th grade. And yet my parents and aunts and uncles were awesome role models for many that has carried over to this present day. I can look at you and I can see the present generation of parents that are awesome role models. I've been fortunate to have a stepdaughter, Vicki Lynn Farr, who was with me during her grade school and high school days. I do believe Vicki and I got along quite well. I can only remember one incident when she drove into the garage door twice. Then I did get a little peeved. After my marriage to Virginia, I found I was in another energetic, hardworking family, the Rudys. And I can't help but think that their family work ethic may have been because some Norwegian blood from bygone days flowed through their systems. Rudy, that's an ekta norsk name. Ekta norsk means real Norwegian.
Oh.
And then there's some Portuguese and Irish blood mixed in there that make an awesome combination. Actually, I have found in my 90 years that ethnic background has little to do with individual work ethics. Each ethnic group has a high percentage of dedicated, hard-working people and a smaller percentage of laid-back, lazy, big-talking folk who don't work that much. Our uncle Manly Paulson, I'll just preface, Manly Paulson was such a hard worker, he got carried away and he would be out on his tractor in the middle of the night tilling his farm.
Wow.
Ended up in the Mayo Clinic. Our uncle Manly Paulson had one positive comment concerning hard-working people. He would say that Clifford or Otto or Arnie or Lawrence, they're no slouch when it comes to working. Right now I'm thinking of grandson Alex Rudy, is he here?
Right over here.
Who is going to American River Junior College and also working for his uncle on other days of the work, to the point where he's just about working a full schedule. And Paige Rudy, is she here?
Yes.
Paige Rudy is a hotshot volleyball player for Pioneer High School here in Woodland. In this week's sports section, it's headlined Pioneer 3, Dixon 1. And the first line says, Paige Rudy had 13 kills, 8 aces, and 2 blocks to lead Pioneer on Wednesday at the Pioneer Auditorium. What would you think if I have one more? I hope I have one more, or else I gotta say. As I look around this esteemed group today, I see no one who is a slouch when it comes to working. Life for a 90-year-old has many twists and turns. I have been blessed with a great wife, Virginia, with great parents, great brothers and sisters, great daughters and stepdaughter, awesome nephews and nieces, and outstanding relatives from the Haugen, Rudy, Miller, Valtierra families, Ringsted families, Vallerata and Ringsted families. I am proud of all of you youngsters. I respect and love you. May God bless us all on this day. And may God bless you for being so kind to an old Norse king.
Woo-hoo.